Algebra 3, Lesson 64. We're going to talk about the complex plane for just a moment. When we have a regular coordinate system, like we're graphing a regular number on the xy plane. Let's see if I can get that. There we go. For instance, -2, -4. I don't know why my pen is so wobbly today, but it is. Let me see if I can twist my tablet up, make it a little bit easier. All right, so if we're graphing, let's say -2, -4, right? On the regular coordinate system, we would graph that at -2, -1, -2, -3, -4, right? So we'd graph that just like that. And if we were graphing a vector of -2 I, hooded I, -4, hooded J, then we would have a vector that looked like that, right? Well, not exactly like that. It would look more a little bit like that. Be a straight line. So -2, -4. That's what our vector would look like. It looked like exactly the same thing. Well, we can graph complex numbers as well. And that would be a number like -2 minus 4i. Now this I is a complex number. It has the imaginary square root of -1 component being multiplied by the -4. But we would graph it exactly the same way as we would this number. The only difference is that we might label the y-axis as the I-axis. And then we would graph the -2 on the x-axis and the -4i on the I-axis. So we would graph it exactly the same way. We would just call it a different thing. We would call that what's called the complex plane. Instead of the Cartesian coordinate system, it would be either the complex plane or the Argand plane. And that is spelled A-R-G-A-N-D. But it is entirely possible to graph this complex number on a coordinate system. We would just possibly, and not everybody does it, label the y-axis as the I-axis. And that it's easy to remember because they sound alike. Y and I both have that same vowel sound. So we're going to do a couple practice problems where you graph a couple complex numbers, and then we'll move on to the next part of lesson 64.